You're listening to Winnipeg's Classic 107. My name is Simon Rusnak. The Manitoba Registered Music Teachers Association, or MRMTA, promotes high standards of music education across the province and provides leadership and support to its members. Just recently, Ann Germani was named the new MRMTA President, and she's joined me now. Hello, Ann. Lovely to see you.
Hello, Simon. Nice to be here.
Well, first off, let me begin by congratulating you on your appointment as new leader of the MRMTA.
Thank you. I'm really looking forward to it.
So you're taking over from Evangeline Keeley. I'm curious, how long have you been involved with the association?
I've been involved as a music teacher in Manitoba for over 20 years, mostly as a member of the Brandon and Westman branch. So I've held executive positions with that branch for quite some time. And as part of that, I personally, as a teacher, I've been operating a music teaching studio in Brandon for about 20 odd years as well. So my involvement as personally as a music teacher has gone hand in hand with my involvement with the MRMTA.
As you mentioned, you operate a studio in Brandon, teaching both harp and piano. We can see your lovely harp, maybe one of your lovely harps behind you there. What made you want to get involved with the MRMTA, serving on the executive, whether it was on the Westman, Brandon Westman Council, or now the provincial council? What's the advantage as a music educator?
The advantages of a music educator is the support, the friendship, and the congeniality that you get from teachers talking to one another and supporting ideas and trying out new events and ideas with students, and always seeking for what you can do for your students. That's what it really comes down to. What can we do for, and what can we offer our students? Because that's obviously why we're teaching, and so it's exciting. I I became more involved 1 year ago, and that was probably directly influenced by the pandemic because I decided to take all of my teaching online, and I really appreciated being able to Zoom with teachers and musicians around the province and even worldwide, to have that connection and to keep things going personally, and but with everybody else,
Hmm.
sharing ideas and what can we do better, and how can we really support our students with pedagogy and how we do things and how we manage our student studios. So it became very important to me.
Fostering that sense of community and keeping that connection, whether in person or online. You mentioned the challenges of the past few years running a studio, being a music teacher, online lessons, changing regulations, certainly putting a strain on students, teachers, their families. What is the MRMTA anticipating that this year will be like?
We're anticipating and getting really excited about going back into more in-person events so we can experience live music. But with that said, because we've had this opportunity to do things by Zoom and online
Hmm.
and finding some incredible opportunities to reach out and make connections, we will continue with some of those as well. For instance, in the spring, we had our AGM, and in conjunction with that, we had some sessions where we had experts come and talk about business matters of running a studio and also pedagogy topics. And that will continue into this year, by having regular monthly Zoom meets where teachers can talk to teachers about those topics that come up in the normal, ordinary lives of the music teacher.
Yeah, like you say, the MRMTA across the province, serving students from south to north. I imagine each studio will also have its own kind of independent policy, right? So, I mean, whether those teachers are teaching in a hybrid fashion or if it's exclusively online, masking use and all that type of thing, best to check with the teachers. But nonetheless, that resumption of live music once again happening.
Absolutely. And it is important to remember that every teacher does set their own policy,
Right.
and we want to support that, and really ask everybody to respect that.
Now, I do want to touch on the year that is to come. Of course, after the summer lull, getting back into the swing of things. Can you run us through some of the events, the master classes, the special opportunities that the MRMTA will be presenting over the year?
Yeah, for sure. So our executive had a meeting just a couple of days ago, and it was really exciting to have executive members and committee chairs come forward and tell us their plans. A lot of us have been away from the province for the summer, just taking opportunity of the chance to travel. So
Hmm.
now everybody's just back in town, and we're getting the ball rolling. So, and what we have to look forward to, and the benefits to the students are having the access to many scholarships that are available. There will be workshops, master classes, and recitals for every level and discipline, as well as national competition and essay competitions. A lot of our activities are going to be coordinated and assisted by John Himes. He's our new office administrator. He comes to us from New York, and he's also working on a master's degree in guitar performance. So we're really pleased to welcome him on board our team. So a few things that we can expect immediately is looking forward in September to the Young Artist Tour. This is with Jerry Hugh. He's a 17-year-old Saskatchewan pianist, and he's won the competition for the Western Division. So he'll be giving concerts in Saskatchewan and also in Winnipeg, September the 23rd, and Boissevain, September the 22nd. So this is something to really look forward to, and bring our students and families out. It's so inspiring for young musicians to see somebody like this performing. It shows them a world of opportunity. In October, we've got a workshop for students and teachers called Strategies for Consistency and Confidence, and how teachers can help students optimize their students' musical performance or help, and whatever their instrument may be. And this is going to be delivered by Dr. Daryl Friesen, U of M Faculty of Music. So there's, again, a great workshop that's going to be presented there. In November, we look forward to our Canada Music Week events. And in Winnipeg, there will be planned a recital, November the 22nd, and a workshop with member and composer Julianne Walkington. And that's for a certain level. And you can find more about these programs just by going onto the website. Some of the information that you'll see there right now may not quite be up there, but it will be coming. So keep on checking back on the website. And then in Brandon and Westman, they're also planning a Canada Music Week event with a composition workshop where students will work on and then perform their own compositions. In conjunction or with an extension of the Canada Music Week is what is going on later in the year. Students can also, they can apply for a national competition and essay competitions. Those are out there too. This year, there's a new initiative by CFMTA called a Canada Music Week poster competition. That, again, that information teachers can access on the CFMTA site. So there's lots, especially Canada Music Week. We want to celebrate Canada Music Week. We want to celebrate our Canadian composers, our Canadian students and performances, and for all levels. And there's something in it for everybody. And it's so exciting to have this event in person and to really gather and celebrate Canada Music Week.
It certainly sounds like it, and I mean that is something that I'm looking forward to hearing more about as it approaches. As you mentioned, more details can be found on the MRMTA website, mrmta.org, or of course the Classic 107 website as well. One last thing I want to ask you, and is just for any parents who might be listening and might be thinking, I do want to get my student involved in some sort of lessons. How can the MRMTA help them find a teacher in their area?
You can go to the website and there will be a menu, find a teacher, and you'll be able to scroll down and there will be a listing of the teacher, also by the discipline or the instrument that the teacher teaches, and contact information that way. And then pick up the phone or email and, hey, I want to talk to you.
Yeah,
And that's
exactly that.
easy as that.
Exactly that. And like you say, it really couldn't be easier. There's a little portal right up there, a directory, some 150 plus teachers on the MRMTA Manitoba. Well, of course, Manitoba Registered Music Teachers Association directory there. One last thing, and I'm wondering, can you tell us a little bit more about your vision for the MRMTA moving forward, beyond this year, but looking to the future?
Just an organization where teachers really come together and support one another and chat with one another. What are you doing? What can we do? And what can we do better? And what do our students and what's the community want of us as well? And provide that sort of programming and that sort of support.
Well, very marvelous indeed. And thank you so much for taking the time to join me on Winnipeg's Classic 107 today.
My pleasure. Thank you. Sign up.